Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of World Football Alliance Crunch Time. I'm your host, DB Love, here on the World Sports and Entertainment Network. This week, we are in week 12 in the World Football Alliance. Moving right along. Alliance Division. This week in the Alliance Division, the division-leading Brooklyn Barons had a bye, along with the another playoff contender, Portland Snowhawks, also had a bye. Last week, week 11, Players of the Week, Offensive Player of the Week was Russell Gallion, quarterback for the division-leading Brooklyn Barons. He went 34 of 38 with 401 passing yards and 1 touchdown. Defensive Player of the Week in the Alliance Division Week 12 was Dawson Bryan, cornerback for the Orlando Wizards. Dawson had 7 tackles and 2 interceptions. So, our scores from this week in Week 12 in the Alliance Division. We had San Diego Aftershock taking on Mexico City. San Diego won that one 27-23. Aftershock improved to 5-3. Mexico City falls to 3-6. Up next, we had the Columbus Aviators taking on Sacramento. Columbus, second in the division, won that one 25-23. Close one there. Columbus improves to 7-1. So they will be in a tie for first with Brooklyn Barons, who had a bye this week. And Sacramento falls to 3-6. Next up, we had Oklahoma City Nighthawks taking on London. London won that one 27-24. London improves to 3-7. Oklahoma City falls to 3-6. Up next, we had Austin taking on the Toronto Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds won that one very easily, 31-7. Thunderbirds improved to 5-3. Austin falls to 2-6. Up next, we had an upset alert. We had Memphis Hounds taking on the Orlando Wizards. Hounds were second in the division. Orlando Wizards upset the Memphis Hounds 37-13. Memphis Hounds fall to 6-3, fall back to third place in the division. A tie for second with Portland, who had a bye after Columbus won to move up into a tie for first. Memphis drops the game to Orlando to fall back into a tie for second. Orlando improves to 5-4 in that one. And our final score, we had Chicago taking on Houston. Houston won that one 23-17. They improved to 4-4. Chicago falls to 1-8. Up next, we got some highlights for you. The Alliance Division Game of the Week this week on Crunch Time. We had Salt Lake City taking on San Antonio. Here's your highlights.
And we start things off here in San Antonio. Salt Lake City sack San Antonio quarterback Bryant Creasy, force a fumble recovered by Salt Lake City inside their own red zone. We're still in the first quarter here. It is 3-0 San Antonio after an early field goal. Let's see if Salt Lake City can convert on the turnover. And a few plays later, Salt Lake City are able to convert on the turnover. Quarterback Anthony Stork fires a touchdown pass into the end zone. Salt Lake City take an early lead 7-3. And early in the second quarter, Salt Lake City strike for another touchdown. Quarterback Anthony Stork scrambles out of the pocket, gets away for some pressure, fires it to the receiver Tuggle, who turns it upfield, runs it in for the touchdown and a 14-3 lead. Alright, with 2.5 left to play in the half, Salt Lake City forced another fumble on another sack of San Antonio quarterback Bryant Creasy. He fumbled the football again recovered by Salt Lake City. Second time that's happened this game. San Antonio quarterback Bryant Creasy appeared to be injured on that sack. Following the fumble recovery, Salt Lake City quarterback Anthony Stork again hits his receiver Tuggle for a deep pass to get them here in scoring range. And they add that touchdown there that you just saw. 5-play, 61-yard drive. Salt Lake City extend their lead 21-6. Very next drive, another San Antonio fumble. Bryant Creasy was injured. Backup quarterback Harding is in the game for San Antonio. He completes his first pass to the receiver there. McAfee, who gets drilled here, fumbles the football, recovered by Salt Lake City. This San Antonio crowd booing the Marshals out of the stadium here after 3 lost fumbles here in the first half. And you see the numbers for Anthony Stork Day. He's done a great job converting those turnovers into points. And San Antonio are not done here in the first half. Backup quarterback Harding completes the pass to Villarreal with 20 seconds to go in the half. Villarreal turns it upfield, turns on the jets, and gets into the end zone for the first career passing touchdown for Harding. San Antonio cut into the lead leading into halftime, 21-13. We go to halftime here in San Antonio, Texas. The visiting Salt Lake City Elks leading the hometown Marshals 21-13. Look at the numbers there. We'll take a look at some first half highlights. This is one of 2 sack fumbles that Salt Lake City forced on Bryant Creasy. Anthony Stork has been clinical from the quarterback position for Salt Lake City. 3 passing touchdowns in the first half, 2 of them to Toggle. Stork 14 of 21, 183 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bryant Creasy left the game with an injury. Backup quarterback Hardings would come in and hit Villarreal for that touchdown there to make it 21-13. And just open scoring in the third quarter. San Antonio had another touchdown. Hardings again hitting Villarreal. Second career touchdown for Hardings. That reception puts Villarreal over 750 receiving yards on the year. Hardings had come in and breathed life into this San Antonio offense. That touchdown puts them within 2, 21-19. They will now go for 2-point conversion to try to tie this game. Hardings back of the end zone. What a catch. It's good. We have a tie ball game at 21. Are you kidding me? Salt Lake City take the lead late in the third quarter. Anthony Stork hits Marshall out of the backfield for his first career receiving touchdown. 90-plus yards from inside their own 10. Salt Lake City take the lead, 28-21. What a phenomenal play by Hardings. Very first play of the fourth quarter. Hardings scrambles out of pressure, avoids a sack, fires a pass to Villarreal, who turns it up the field for the touchdown and a San Antonio lead to start the fourth quarter. Third time Hardings has connected to Villarreal for a touchdown today. Hardings doing an outstanding job relieving the injured Bryant Creasy. Having a phenomenal game. Third touchdown pass of his career, all to Villarreal. 10th touchdown reception on the year for Villarreal. Marshall's lead 31-28 to start the fourth quarter. Inside a minute to go now, Anthony Stork drives his team down the field, hits his star receiver for the day, DeAndre Tuggle, who gets forced out of bounds inside the 5. So with a minute 7 to play, trailing by 3, Salt Lake City looking to get into the end zone to take a late lead. Stork takes a snap, hands the ball off to Marshall, who gets drilled. Marshall is over 100 yards today. He's played an integral part in this drive with a couple huge runs for first downs. 2nd and goal now. Stork gets free and will throw the ball away. 48 seconds remain on the clock. 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. Salt Lake City looking for a touchdown to take the lead. Single back to the right of Stork. He takes a snap. Pass to the back of the end zone. Complete for a touchdown and a Salt Lake City lead. There you see it, 30th passing touchdown of the season for Anthony Stork. His 5th here today gives the visiting Salt Lake City Elks a late lead. There you see it. Great call, both feet down. Elks take a late lead, 38-34, 45 seconds remain. And the pass is picked off by Lacey Powell of Salt Lake City. Picks off Harding, who makes his first mistake of the day, coming on in relief for the injured Creasy. He had a phenomenal game, but that pass picked off by the Elks, Lacey Powell, and that will put the game away. Look at those numbers for Stork today. 26 of 44, 372 yards, and 5 touchdowns, as it looks like the Elks will steal this one in San Antonio.
All right, there you have it. Let's get to the standings in the Alliance Division. We've already pretty much covered them. Having a bye this week, still sitting in first. A tie for first, Brooklyn Barons at 7-1. After a win this week, Columbus Aviators move up into a tie for first with the Brooklyn Barons, also at 7-1. After an upsetting loss, the Memphis Hounds fall to 6-3 into a tie for second with the Portland Snowhawks, who are also 6-3 and also had a bye this week. Up next, in third, San Diego Aftershock are 5-3, and they are in a tie with the Toronto Thunderbirds at 5-3. So there you have it for the Alliance Division. Sliding over to the United Division. On byes this week, we had San Diego Crusaders and Houston. Your players of the week from week 11 in the United Division. Offensive player of the week was quarterback Cooper Schaefer, quarterback for the Brooklyn Beats. So both Brooklyn teams' quarterbacks were players of the weeks last week. Cooper Schaefer went 30 of 41, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. Congratulations to him. And the defensive player of the week in the United Division, also a cornerback like in the Alliance Division. This was Dasha Cunningham, cornerback for the Toronto Huskies. Dasha had 12 tackles, an interception, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. What a game for him. Let's get into scores from the United Division. We'll kick things off with Austin Armadillos taking on the Brooklyn Beats. Austin, the division leaders, would win that one 21-14. They improved to 7-1 and remain atop the United Division. Brooklyn Beats fall to 5-5. Up next, we had the Chicago Blues taking on Sacramento. Sacramento won that one 27-12. They improved to 4-5. Chicago falls to 3-5. Up next, we had Columbus Caps taking on the Toronto Huskies. Huskies won that one 31-28 in a close affair. Huskies improved to 4-4. Caps fall to 3-6. Up next, we had Dublin Celtic Tigers taking on the Memphis Steamers. Dublin won that one 26-22. Dublin improves to 5-3. Steamers fall to 2-7. Up next, we had Mexico City Conquistadors taking on Salt Lake City Pioneers. Pioneers won that one 20-13. Pioneers improved to 5-4. Conquistadors fall to 2-6. And our last score, we had San Antonio Dreadnoughts taking on Portland Lumberjacks. San Antonio won that one 24-21. That was a battle of the second and third place team in the division. So San Antonio won that one. They improve to 6-3. Lumberjacks lose that one, only their second loss of the year. They'll fall to 5-2. They were in a tie for first, so they'll fall back to second. But before we get to those standings, let's get you to some highlights. This week's United Division highlight of the week is London Monarchs and Oklahoma City Bison. Check it out.
And we open the scoring here. Oklahoma City Bisons running back Perry Simmons takes the handoff. He comes on for the starting running back who got injured first play of the game. He takes it down the field, walks it in for a early 7-0 lead for the Bisons. Alright, London on the doorstep looking to score, and they will. This coming off of a turnover. Quarterback for Oklahoma City, Dalton Booth, was scrambling. He was hit hard, fumbled the football. It was recovered by the Monarchs. They then drive down the field, and there you see it, London Monarchs quarterback Carter Foles will scramble it in, quarterback run it in from 1 yard out for a touchdown to tie the game at 7. And another fumble. This time it's Oklahoma City getting one back. Carter Foles, quarterback for London Monarchs, fumbles the football, recovered by the Bisons. Number 90 has been having a tremendous day on the defensive side of the football for Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City puts it in for the touchdown. Both teams have now scored a touchdown off of the opposing team's turnover on a fumble. Ironically enough, both fumbles for each team came from the quarterback, and both touchdowns off of those fumbles for the opposing team each came off of a quarterback running it in for a touchdown. This time is Dalton Booth scrambling it in for the Bisons to give them a 14-7 lead. What a rocket by Carter Foles there. Touchdown London Monarchs. Carter Foles hits Cummings with an absolute laser for a 50-plus yard touchdown pass to tie the game at 14. Alright, we are at halftime here in Oklahoma City, all tied at 14. So we take a look at some highlights. That was the first touchdown of the game. Perry Simmons gets into the end zone for the Bisons. London Monarchs would answer back after forcing a Oklahoma City turnover. Carter Foles would rush that one in. Oklahoma City would then do the same thing, force a Carter Foles fumble. Dalton Booth would then run that one in for a 14-7 lead. Carter Foles would come back out and fire a strike to Samuel Cummings for a touchdown, tied at 14 to start the third quarter. What a wild play. Phenomenal scramble by Dalton Booth. A couple nice juke moves, broke a few tackles, huge run, here it is. But he doesn't secure the football and again fumbles the football. scooped up by Craig by the London Monarchs there, number 54, and returned it for some good yardage. Wild play, another turnover for Oklahoma City. After adding a field goal, Monarchs have a 17-14 lead and the football. And a few plays later, Oklahoma City get the ball right back. London drove down within their red zone. Carter Foles would then roll to his right, throw all the way back across the field to the left, and there you see it, pass intercepted by Dobbins of Oklahoma City. And coming off of the interception, Oklahoma City Bisons drive all the way down the field. Dalton Booth hits the receiver on the slant route there for an Oklahoma City touchdown to take the lead 21-17. Oh my goodness, another turnover. Oklahoma City drive all the way down the field looking to extend their lead. Dalton Booth hits Perry Simmons out of the backfield. He looks to be walking in for a touchdown. Gets hit right about the 1 yard line. Fumbles the football. Recovered by the Monarchs in the end zone. Are you kidding me? Second straight possession. An Oklahoma City Bisons fumble. Third fumble of the day for Dalton Booth. They didn't let the last fumble hurt them. They were able to stop London. They drive down into the red zone again looking to extend the lead. And Dalton Booth fumbles for the third time. Oklahoma City allowing London to hang close in this game. 21-17, 5.5 to play. Alright, third and goal from the 3 yard line, minute and a half to play. London Monarchs looking to take the lead here late. That pass incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and goal. London need a touchdown. A field goal does them no good. So here we go. 4th and goal from the 3 yard line. Monarchs looking to grab the lead late following a third Dalton Booth fumble for Oklahoma City. Foles lobs it back of the end zone, complete for the touchdown. Carter Foles hits Colombo back of the end zone. London Monarchs take the lead with a minute 19 remaining in this game, 23-21. Extra point to come. Oh my God, phenomenal play by Oklahoma City to drive all the way down the field now. 3 seconds left. Oklahoma City will attempt a field goal to tie this game and send it to overtime. Kick is up. And it's good as time expires. We are going to overtime here between the Monarchs and the Bisons. And there it is, touchdown Oklahoma City Bisons. Backup running back Maynard gets the call and brings it in from about 10 yards out to give the Oklahoma City Bisons the overtime win at home in front of this home crowd. Good hard-fought game, back and forth, entertaining game. There's the numbers. Yardage completely dominated by Bisons. It was the 4 turnovers that hurt them, but it didn't kill them in the long run as they were able to win 30-24.
All right, there you have it. Let's get into the standings now. Leading the United Division, Austin Armadillos at 7-1 after a win this week. Falling out of a tie for first, Portland Lumberjacks lost to San Antonio. They fall to 5-2 in second place. With the win over the Lumberjacks, San Antonio Dreadnoughts will be in third place in the United Division at 6-3. At fourth place, Dublin Celtic Tigers will be 5-3, tied with the Oklahoma City Bison, who are at 5-3, and the London Monarchs are at 4-3. So there you have it. Caught up through 12 weeks in the World Football Alliance. We'll see you next week right here. Week 13, World Football Alliance, crunch time. Be sure to tune in to the United States Basketball Championship. We got some games coming up for you here. We got the Twin Cities Honey Badgers taking on the Austin Raging Bulls, and we also have the Fort Worth Stallions taking on Long Beach Bulldogs in the United States Basketball Championship. Be sure to check that out. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.